Hello. This is a little different than my usual YouTube videos, but I recently found myself with a lot more instruments. So I thought I would do a whole instrument haul and show y'all what instruments I have. Now, I still have a whole trunk full of instruments that I use for work daily that I will not be talking about. And those will be, I have a whole bag of tambourines, hand drums. I have a small, I think it's called djembe. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have a melodica. I have two tongue drums, an ocean drum, two small, just like wooden flutes. I'm missing a bunch. Oh, I have a lap harp. And a few other fun ones. But those are the ones I use almost every day, so they live in my car. And these are the bigger ones and more valuable ones that I can't just leave in a car. They will break. So yeah. All right, first up, let's talk guitars. So I have a whole little bunch of guitars here. Let's go through them all. Starting from here. This is a silver Fender Strat. Let's see, I got this, must have been 2016, 2017. It was the year I graduated from high school. They told me this color only comes out once every 4 or 5 years, but other people has told me that's not quite the case. So regardless, I love a good silver one. It is tuned to E flat right now. It's the guitar I am using for band, and our singer really likes E flat. So I was like, hey, why not, right? So it's an E flat. It's in pretty good condition. Probably could use a string change. This part keeps falling off my pickup switch, the cover. But you know what? It's punk, right? Yeah, it's cool. All right. Here is the next one. This was my very first electric guitar. I got this, oh gosh, maybe in middle school at some point. I really loved, it's dusty. I really loved the birds on the fretboard. Also could use a string change. It's probably out of tune. Not as bad as I thought. Still pretty bad. Very dusty. I need to clean this off. Yeah, so all the old videos of my old middle school band, this is the guitar I'm playing, and a lot of the videos from middle school are of this guitar, but still in good condition, still rocking. I just don't use it as much. All right, this is the bass guitar. I got this, it's either 8th grade or freshman year, so I can't do the math. Also a little dusty. And good. I think I've changed the strings once on this. Yes, I've definitely changed them at least once. This is an Ibanez bass. It's in pretty good condition. I got this from my guitar teacher for a very good price. He said, I don't have any bass students, so I don't have a reason for a bass guitar. And I said, well, I'll be a bass student, but I'll take your bass guitar. Don't play it as much, but it's fun. All right. This is my second ever guitar. I do not have the first guitar I've ever owned because it was a small guitar and I outgrew it, and then I sold it to buy this one. I bought this one, gosh, I must have been when I was like 10 or 11 years old. It doesn't have dots because it's a classical guitar. So I took some of those little binder stickers for your binder pages and I put them on. These are the original that have been there ever since I was like 10 years old. So it's been like 17 years now. 17 years of these stickers. Pretty good shape. Love this guitar to death. I put in the little strap knobs. They don't come with the classical guitar, of course, but I used this for my practicums in college. And so I put them in, and it was pretty easy, and the guy at Guitar Center did it. But then I realized guitars can break, and I really didn't want this one to break, so I stopped taking it into work, and I got a dedicated work guitar, which is actually the next one. All right, this is Thomas, is his name. This was my very first work guitar. What was it? You know what? It was I forget what this part is. Thing that you put in the bridge. Snapped in half while I was playing it. And in my head I was like, oh no, I need to replace the whole bridge. But now I'm looking at it and I'm like, why can't I just get that one specific part? I actually do have it right here. So I guess I'm gonna fix this guitar today. On the side, it's got all the songs I was learning in internship. So, oh my gosh, Que Sera, Sera, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Oh, some of them even have the keys that I used to play them in. It was my little cheat sheet because I didn't want to carry a stand around. And if I had the songs memorized, why would I need a stand? But I was always worried that I'd be in the middle of a session and forget every single song I know. So this is Thomas. He is a Fender, cheap Fender. I bought it cheap because I said it's a work guitar, and I work in a very unpredictable environment. It's possible it's going to break. I don't want something that I will cry over if it breaks, which is why I stopped using my classical guitar. But yeah, this broke way too much, and then it was costing more to fix it than it was worth. And so then I ended up buying Thomas Jr., which is this Guild guitar right here. Love the red. Beautiful, beautiful guitar. Plays really well. Haven't had any issues with it. I use it almost every day. It's got a couple of dinks, of course. None of them are showing on camera. Nothing too bad, but it's cheap enough that I can ding it around and I'm not going to cry about it. But it's expensive enough that I don't need to fix it very often. So it's the best of both worlds. Definitely needs a string change. I can't remember the last time I changed the strings on this. And since I use this 5 days a week, that's not good. I need to change the strings. And then I've got, the mandolin I got. Also, I think it was Christmas of 2016. It's also a little dusty. Let's see how in tune it is. Ooh! I was about to be impressed, but it's yeah, those two strings are not quite in tune. I did learn a few songs on this, and I've always been meaning to go back to it because I love how, regardless of how tiny it is nice and loud, and it's not an everyday instrument, but it's great for folk music, and I think it could be great for my practice. This is a Rogue, and that's all I gotta say about this one. Now, two more guitars. They're the same ones. Oh, they're ukuleles, but So there was a bit of a mix-up, and I ended up with two of the same guitar. And I was like, I kind of want to keep both, but So this one is the one I used in practice. I haven't used this in a while. It's more like I try to take it out every summer. I think about taking this to work. because they do a lot of luau's in the summer, and they try to make it like, it's a good summer instrument, right? And I even have some cheat sheets here, which is fun, because I did use this at work a couple times. It's been a while. Not bad, kind of in tune. This is a Fender. I really like it. I really like the color too. And so I had two, and I said, what am I going to do with two? I can only play one at a time, right? And my friend Maria is an artist, and I should be able to link her stuff below. And I sent her this guitar, and I said, hey, do whatever you want to it. And this is what she did. It is absolutely beautiful, better than anything I could have, you know, told her to do. So, fantastic guitar. You'll see it is, their dots are a little bit three-dimensional. It's hard to pick up on the camera, but so if you put your hand over it, it's a really nice texture. It's beautiful. I don't play this one as much. I think it's in tune. Kind of in tune. I don't play it as much. It's more just like a statement piece of art. It's beautiful, and I would, if I'm strumming too much, you know, there's a pick guard on guitars. I would hate to scratch this beautiful paint, but it's beautiful and I love it. So those are the guitars. We're back over here. I've got a bunch of instruments on this bed. First, let's talk about flutes. So this is my Gemeinhardt, which I got in middle school. I think I did about a year on the rental flute. Then I think my mom got me a flute. Gemeinhardts are good. They're not bad. It's a lot harder to reach that third octave on it. It's in pretty decent shape. It's a little not great, but you know, it works fine. All the keys are, I've definitely broken it a couple of times, but it works fine. Got a fun little piece of art that a friend in, oh gosh, I want to say it was 7th grade, she made me this. It's been in there ever since. So the Gemeinhardts, I love it. It's a great beginner flute. Pretty affordable. I want to say it was about $600 new. The thing about flutes is, I feel like the value diminishes greatly on flutes. Beginner flutes like these, I'd see these on Marketplace for like 100, 150. Problem is, you never know what quality you're going to get. So definitely take someone that knows something about flutes if you're going to pick something up at Marketplace. But pretty decent condition, not as easiest to play. When I graduated from high school, I got my Powell flute. Love a good Powell flute. When I went to play it, I was like, oh my gosh, the third octave is actually easy to play if you have a good flute. So I love this one so much. And I think I got this from Florida Flutes. It's got a gold lip plate, which they say has something to do with the tone, but not as much. It's one of those things like that some people obsess over, and I don't know. I don't hear the biggest difference between a gold lip plate versus a silver lip plate. The rest of the body is sterling silver. I've got plugs in it because I never learned to play without plugs. I graduated college and this is the only plug I took out. So do with that information what you will. Love this flute. Its name is Carrie. And I mean, I love Powell flutes. It's a much more expensive flute. I want to say it was $1,200. So about twice as much as the Gemeinhardt. But if you're serious about flutes, I would skip the Gemeinhardt and go straight. Like if I could do it again, and if I had all the money in the world, I would go straight to the Powell flute and I would skip the Gemeinhardt. But they're both good. They're both good for what I needed them for. This one on my lap, this was a gift from a friend. Thank you, Virginia. This is amazing. I love this. I've been looking for these for a long time, and they're not cheap. So Virginia apparently had multiple auto harps, and she lent me one, and then she was like, you know what? Keep it. But Virginia, if you want your blanket back, I could definitely give you your blanket back. It doesn't have a case, so she brought it in the blanket to protect it. I think it was like January, so it was very cold outside, and we really didn't want the wood to get damaged. This is my favorite instrument. I love it. It's one of those instruments that I like to say is built for success. It is very hard to play this badly. Because all you do is press down on a key. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. All the chords are labeled, and strings are in great condition. I think it is possible to change them. It's probably a whole ordeal. I don't plan on doing it anytime in the future, but it's in great shape. I don't see myself ever needing to change these strings. I just love it. You do have to get a special tuning peg to tune these knobs here. They're not like guitar ones. You can't do them by hand. They're also very sensitive. Like just the tiniest little turn of the knob is like a whole half tone, and it drives you nuts to tune it, but you got to make the tiniest adjustments. Otherwise, this is a great instrument. I love using it. Either I hold down the keys and I have people strum, or they can press down on keys and I strum. It depends. Sometimes strumming is not sensory friendly. Sometimes it can be a lot. So it depends on who I'm with, or someone can do both if they can. But it's a great instrument for self-expression, and one of those ones that people go like, well, I can't play anything. It's like, well, you can play an auto harp. It is fantastic. My next instrument, I drove all the way to Toledo. I was in Columbus. No, I was not in Columbus. I was in Cleveland. I drove to Toledo to pick up this instrument, and then I had to drive home to Columbus. But it was so worth it. These ones, newer, I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. They're insanely expensive new. I want to say they came out, I'm blanking on the decade. I think it was like 60s or 70s, and they weren't around for a long time. And then they had like a 40th anniversary edition not too long ago, but it's very, very expensive. And I picked this one up, I think it was like $300, which is really good price for what this is. This is called an omnichord. It's another instrument that is built for success. It's the coolest thing ever. Here's what it looks like. And the newer ones are a little bit fancier, but I love it. I love it so much. So here's how it works. We got power on here. Oh, I've already got. You pick whatever rhythm you want. Let me turn the volume up. I like. You can adjust the tempo. Let's put on. Oh, it's on slow rock. That's a good one. Here's all your chords. And they're all labeled. We have E flat, B flat, F, C, G, D, A, E, B. And then down here we have major, minor, and seventh. So I tell my my residents, pick whatever. It's structured in a way that even if you put two weird chords together, it still kind of sounds good. Especially if you have it on the right setting. Yeah. All right. So those are the chords. And then this part here, this functions, I think it's called the harp. And I'll just show you what it does. Beautiful. So even if you have very limited fine motor abilities, hard for you to press the buttons, going up and down on this gives you such a rewarding auditory input. I love this instrument so much. It also has an input. So we have tested it through, Peter has a huge setup system for his guitars, and we put it through that. And we were able to test like different pedals on it. And so it's, I can't believe they ever discontinued these. It's amazing. I love it. It's got to be like my favorite instrument of my whole collection. All right, so a couple of newer ones include, all right, this instrument, I haven't tracked down exactly how old this specific model is. It can be as old as 100 years old, and it can be as young as, I think, 50 or 60 years old. So that's kind of the range I'm looking at here. They do not make these anymore, unfortunately. But there are a lot of people that have them. And for some reason, it was all over Facebook Marketplace. These were originally sold for about $40 in the 20s, which is kind of somewhere around like $700 today. And very often they were put on a payment plan. And actually, really awesome thing is that this came with an original book. I gotta be really careful. These are really old pages. It came with the factory guarantee. And it came with the contract saying that you will pay the company back $4 a month until you reach the sum. I just love looking at things pre-inflation, right? So this is called a ukulele. It is kind of like a ukulele violin mix. Really weird, really good. I don't know how to play it very well. There are some really awesome videos of people playing them on YouTube, of course. So what it is, you play it down almost like one of those slide guitars, and with a bow. Ideally you have a tiny bow, but this one, you know, is all broken. So I've got this one, and forgive me because I don't know how to play bowed instruments very well. I think it might just need some rosin, which I did buy, so hopefully I can play this one eventually. But you bow it over here. So the strings on this side, which kind of loop around here, you bow. And then here you pick or strum on this side. And I'm very fortunate. Not all of them have these handy dandy tuning charts, but mine do. So it should be, fingers crossed, it should be easy to to figure out. My main concern, it's missing one string. These tuning pegs are very rusty, and I do have a couple of sets to replace them with some nice new ones. And I got some piano wire so I can re-string it, although I'm a little bit nervous about some of these thicker strings, what I can use to change it. A lot of people that play this instrument say don't change the strings. They're made from piano wire. They're meant to last forever. And if you loosen the tuning knobs, you create a bigger hole here, and then the tuning knobs fall off. Which, I understand, but this is a 100-year-old instrument, and it's probably been sitting in a basement for 50 of those years. And these strings do not look like they're in good condition. And these tuning knobs are rusted, which does make me nervous because I don't want to cut them off immediately because then all the tension on this piece of wood suddenly breaks and then I don't want it to snap. But that's a good point. Is it going to break the wood more if I turn them to loosen the strings? So I'm not entirely sure what my next steps with this instrument are. I also do think I have to unscrew these in order to get these strings off. So yeah, we'll see. I will play around with it and figure out what the best course of action is. But amazing history with this one. Did not know this instrument existed, and it wasn't around for a very long time, but it's got such a fascinating history. Really excited about it. All right, next newer instrument, and this one is not 100 years old. Also bought off Facebook Marketplace, which is where probably half of these instruments come from. This was purely bought because I thought it was cheap and I want to learn how to play it. So I got myself a violin. I don't know how to play violin, and I think this bow's actually in better shape. Someone once taught me, a violin teacher taught me how to hold a bow, and in return, I think I taught her like 2 chords on guitar. But that was like 10 years ago. All right, clearly I don't know how to use bows and when they need rosin. I think that's the problem. Especially this bow is very loose and it's touching the wood, which I feel like is not good. So I do have a friend that plays viola. Shouting you out, Autumn. So hopefully Autumn can at least give me some pointers on where to start on learning the violin. But it's a fun instrument. And I don't know. Any instrument I can pick up is going to be really cool. All right. Now here's the extra fun ones that I picked up today. All right, back over here. I drove up to Dayton this morning because this guy off of Facebook Marketplace was selling some very cool instruments. They were on my bucket list of instruments I really, really wanted. I'm going to save them for the end. But while I was there, he also had a couple of other fun things that I was like, might as well. Of them is a flute and a trumpet that I am not keeping. I know someone who's doing band and they need instruments, and I got them at a really good price. So I said, here are your instruments. But here are the ones that I am keeping. This is the cornet. And I know you're thinking, Julia, you're skipping trumpet going straight to cornet. And I don't know how to play, but I'm going to learn. I know someone who knew how to play trumpet in high school, and they say it's only 3 keys. So that's my motto. That's what I'm taking with me. It does come with, it comes with 3 mouthpieces. Oh, and one of those, I know they're called lyres for flute, but I forget what they're called for non-flutes. 4 mouthpieces. Oh my gosh, I did not open this compartment. 1, 2, 3, 4 mouthpieces. And of those, these 2 look like they're in fantastic condition. I do want to disinfect them because who knows the last time they were used and all that. So I will disinfect them before I use them, but that's really awesome. And I played French horn for like a month in high school, so, we're going to see if my French horn skills transfer to cornet. But pretty awesome. Here's the most realistic of all the instruments I got today. This is the most realistic that I can learn. And if you're a band geek like me, you might have already figured it out from the case. This is a saxophone. Now that I'm actually taking a real good look, it's got a lot of accessories with it, which is super, super awesome. All right, only gonna take out this part. Now, cool thing about saxophone and flute is that they actually have the same fingerings. Saxophone, I believe, is a third down from flute. So like the C on the flute is not the same C on the saxophone, but the fingerings are pretty much the same. So I just gotta... And Peter knows how to play the saxophone. So he hasn't played it in like 10 years, but you know, it'll come back to him, I'm sure, and he can teach me how to play it. And then I can start my own ska band. So that one's gonna be super fun. Once I learn how to play in a reed, it should be pretty doable to play this one. Again, I don't know the brand names. I don't know how good the brands are. The cornet is a Conn, C-O-N-N. This saxophone is, what's on the Vito, V-I-T-O. Again, I don't know how good it is, but I figured I'm not picky. I just kind of want to learn how to play instruments. So now, one of my bucket list items, so excited, is a banjo. I had a friend who stopped by my apartment while I was living in LA, and he dropped off his banjo for a week. And I learned how to play a couple songs on it, and I was in love. So, look at that. Comes with the strap and everything. I don't know the brand. I feel like I've seen that logo before, but I don't know where. Neck definitely needs a nice little wash down, but strings are in good condition, so I'm not in a rush to do that. I don't know any chords of banjo off the top of my head, but I have played it before and I have figured it out before, and I mean, chords are one thing to pick up, and then tablature is available, so it should be pretty doable to learn it. So look forward to a YouTube video of me playing the banjo. All right, these last two instruments are kind of heavy, so I am going to cut to when they're both in front of me. Here we go. These are the big ones. So excited. Again, I don't know how to play these, but these are the ones I was most excited about. The whole reason why I drove all the way to Dayton. I'm gonna take out this one first. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. This is an accordion. It's missing the strap here. Super cool. This key is a little bit broken. It's raised, but otherwise, I mean, you just heard it. It plays. So let's see if I can do... Oh, beautiful. So I don't know how any of these keys work. I believe they're like bass notes. But obviously I know how to play keyboard, so I figured I can learn this. So that's the first one. And yes, I did buy 2 accordions just because I'm in love with the idea of playing accordion. And apparently this second one is worth about $400. It also comes with, it's a much better condition, a bunch of books. Okay. I hope I'm playing it right? I really want to say keys are on the right side. Oh, it's very fancy. I gotta unhook it. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh no, these are chords. Okay, super cool. This one's got full straps on it. Looks like it's in much better condition. Very beautiful. The first one was a Something and Sons. A Moreschel, Moreschl, or maybe and Sons. So, and then this one is a Elehra, Elehra, and it's a little, the brand name's a little bit etched out here, but looks like otherwise, don't know what these are. I'm very excited to learn, very excited to play it. I did not realize how heavy accordions are, but I'm very excited to learn how to play them. And the awesome thing about learning new instruments is, well, there's so many awesome things, but at work, I'm hoping I can meet some people that play these instruments, and then it'll be really cool to have them teach me how to play and pick up different skills from different musicians. So I'm very excited. I believe that's all my instruments. I didn't skip out on any. Of course, this doesn't include all the instruments I have in the in the trunk of my car. But these are the big ones. These are the main ones. And yeah, look forward to more YouTube videos of me figuring out how to play these.